Hey YouTube, thought I would start a drive time video series while I'm driving to work. Give me the ability to rant about topics of the day or whatever. When I first started this channel, I didn't envision it being a real political channel. I wanted to focus more on the prepping aspect, but there's so much politics going on today that you can't avoid it. It's almost irresponsible to avoid it. So I thought I would start with some stuff that's kind of close to home. Colorado legislature. There's currently 4 bills that have passed the House and have moved on to the Senate. We've got House Bill 1224, which limits magazine capacity to 15 rounds. We've got House Bill 1226, which eliminates the ability to concealed carry on college campuses. House Bill 1228 requires that you pay the fee for your background check. And House Bill 1229 requires a universal background check for all firearm sales, whether it's a private sale or through a federal firearms license. So those are the 4 bills, and they're all, they've all passed the House. No Republican support, and there's actually bipartisan support against all of these bills. There is no bipartisan support for any of these bills. So there isn't a single Republican that supports them. But you have to look at what they're saying and what the bills are, and they're saying, hey, this is all about preventing gun violence and all, making things safer and protecting the kids and all that kind of stuff, which is all a bunch of crap, because none of that makes any sense when you look at any of these bills. So let's just take the universal background check bill. You look at the Colorado shootings that we've had, Columbine and Aurora, the most recent one, and there wasn't the universal background checks wouldn't have done a thing to stop those. They were all bought legally. Background checks had nothing to do with those. You look at Connecticut. The guy killed his mom to steal the guns, but they were bought legally with a proper background check, and it did nothing to stop it. So background checks it's a farce. Saying that they're going to reduce gun violence. First of all, criminals that by nature do illegal things are not going to legally buy guns. They're going to go to the black market and all that kind of stuff. So any kind of background checks, it's a ridiculous concept to think that that's going to stop anything. The concealed carry, limiting concealed carry on college campuses does nothing but create another gun-free zone and disarm college students. Some of the proponents for the bill, the people that supported it, were saying that kids at college aren't ready to be around firearms and whatnot, and that's just social engineering right there. That's I've raised my kids from a young age to be comfortable around firearms and know how to properly use them and how to be safe and whatnot, and to think that kids aren't ready for to be around guns, that's a whole nother issue. And maybe I'll do that as a different drive time video on the idea of adolescence, when it started and how it has been the downfall of our country, because that's a really interesting topic. What else? We got the mag limit capacity. We're a little bit better off than a lot of other people, 15 rounds, but I mean, if your gun doesn't have a 15 round magazine already made for it right now, like, I don't know, take a Springfield XDM 9mm holds 19 rounds. I don't think they make a 15 round magazine for it, and they're not going to retool all their equipment to accommodate a 15 round magazine, so you're kind of screwed. Magazine capacity limits, do they do anything to keep people safer? No. Because what did I say before? By nature, criminals disregard the law. Criminals do not follow the law. So if there's a law saying you can't use this magazine, they're going to use it. That's their nature. That's the whole point of being a criminal. So it's not going to take them out of the hands of criminals. Even if 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, there's going to be a black market for them, they're going to still be able to get them. It's not going to do anything. So limiting magazine capacity has zero effect. So that's ridiculous to think that anything like that would fix anything. And then there's the paying the fee for the background check. Well, okay, I'll pay the fee. I think the background checks are unconstitutional to begin with. But the NRA actually supported them back in, I think it was '86 when they started them. I'm not going to argue against the background checks that are already in place. The federal government, they had upwards of 76,000 denials on the background check system. And they followed up and prosecuted like 60 or 70 of them. So if they're not going to enforce the laws that are on the books, then why create more laws? Because they're not enforcing the ones they already have. So paying the fee for the background check, I don't have an issue with that. I'll pay that fee. I won't register it. I don't think registration is a good idea, because it just leads. You look at any country in history, registration has always preceded confiscation. So I don't think that's a good idea. But that's my rambling on about the four bills. So if you're a Colorado resident, you need to look up all of your senators and all of your elected officials and start bombing them with emails and phone calls and written letters that state that you will not stand for this and we do not support that. And if they support it, then their political career is over, because we will not reelect them. You need to stand firm and rise up, support local movements. January 19th, there was a Second Amendment march on the state capitol. I know there was an event planned for March 13th, but I believe that one was canceled because that was to get the sheriffs on board with protecting Second Amendment rights. And as far as I know, the last I checked, all Colorado sheriffs were on board with supporting the Second Amendment. Now, there are some police chiefs that, they're elected officials, they're politicians, they are capitulating with their liberal Democratic leadership. So don't count on them for support. So that's about it for drive time. Those are some of the issues. I don't support any of the legislation. I think they're all bad news. They'll all lead to confiscation. And, it's a really slippery slope that we're on, comrades. I'm afraid to see where things will lead, because you just don't know. There's a lot of people out there that are, touting, 1776 will rise again. Thanks, Alex Jones, for that. That's not the kind of behavior we need right now. As much as I agree with it, I don't think that's the kind of behavior we need right now. So, if you're a pro-gunner, be professional. Support your representatives that have vowed to support the Second Amendment. And just keep your ear to the ground. Anytime that there's a march, anytime there's a rally, you need to go. Get out of work, do what you can, and get there. And support those. Show the representatives that we mean business. So that's hitting it home. That's Colorado legislature. Like I said, all four of those bills have passed the House. Some of them only by one vote, but they've passed the House. They're now in the Senate. I'm really hoping that we can get some good minds in the Senate and block these, because it's the beginning of the end, folks. So that's drive time. Tried to keep it short, but I'm rambling on now for over 8 minutes, probably closer to 9 minutes. So hope you enjoyed it, and leave comments below. What are your thoughts? Any Colorado gunners out there? Make sure to get in touch. I'd love to go shooting with you. I've got access to a great range. I know some places to go shoot, so hey, let's form a network. Let's get it together. That's what I actually started this channel for initially, was to try and link together Denver preppers. So let's get together. Let's form the groups. Let's get it going. So that's about it, folks. God bless our military service members, past and present. Keep your powder dry. Talk to you later.